breaking news, it's coming in on the broadcast. The MOS Home's son, Ajay Mishra, has got bail in the Lakhimpur Kheri violence case. Let's go right across to Alok Pandey joining us with the very latest. Alok, the Allahabad High Court has granted bail to Ajay Mishra. What more can you tell us?
Well, at the moment, Rishika, I do not have too many details about the grounds on which this bail has been granted. But this bail petition had been pending in the Allahabad High Court for a bit now. And I think the last hearing in this case had taken place, if I am not wrong, in January. And since then, the Lucknow bench of the Allahabad High Court had reserved its order. I've spoken to one of the advocates representing Ajay Mishra before the Lucknow bench of the Allahabad High Court, and he says that this bail has been granted today by a single judge bench in the Lucknow bench of the Allahabad High Court. The matter, of course, we are all aware what happened, and it's very significant that this man has got bail because this matter, as you remember, just to recap for our viewers, this matter pertains to what happened in Lakhimpur in October last year, where 4 farmers and a journalist were killed, allegedly, by this man, by Ajay Mishra, the son of the MOS Home, and others who are under arrest and have been in jail since. Multiple bail petitions filed by them in lower courts have been rejected, but it appears that the Allahabad High Court has granted this bail. A charge sheet against Mishra accuses him and the other accused of murder. That's what the UP police SIT that was probing the case has said before the trial court in Lakhimpur, that all of these people had carried out this in a premeditated manner and that they have actually been charged with murder, etc. So one waits to see the order from the Allahabad High Court. The detailed order is not out yet to look at the grounds for which Mr. Mishra has been granted bail, because at the end of the day, this was a case where the police was also insisting that, look, we have enough evidence. They have filed a 5,000-page charge sheet, if I remember correctly, against Mishra and the others, and they have said that prima facie, according to their investigations, he does appear to be guilty of murder. But obviously the trial will follow and the trial has to happen, and only then will you determine whether somebody is guilty or innocent. But the very fact that the police in a BJP-led government in Uttar Pradesh was saying this was significant. So one waits to hear what the Allahabad High Court has actually said in its bail petition. But yes, the single judge bench of the Allahabad High Court in Lucknow has granted this bail to Ajay Mishra. This is what we can confirm right now.
Rounds of the bail, of course, like Alok is pointing out, is still unclear. We're waiting for more information from the Allahabad High Court. But Alok, like you were saying, there was a charge sheet that was filed. The SIT had, of course, said that this appeared to be premeditated, which was, supposed to have completely turned this case on its head.
Well, yes, absolutely. I mean, just to recap the events for our viewers, so all of this happened in October. I think the 3rd of October, if I'm not mistaken, where, there was this protest that was taking place against Union Minister Ajay Mishra, and the farmers had shown black flags to his convoy, etc. And then, after a while, this convoy of 3 vehicles, including a Mahindra Thar SUV, crushed these farmers and a journalist to death, and then in the ensuing violence, 3 people were beaten to death. 2 of them were BJP workers. And after that, I remember that it took the police a full week to actually arrest Ajay Mishra. And once they arrested him, he was in jail. And there was so much tension at that point of time, and so much politics had happened in that area around that time, I remember. And then Ajay Mishra went to jail. He has been in jail since. And like I said, courts in Lakhimpur have rejected his bail in the past. And a charge sheet against Mishra has already been filed before the requisite courts. So, one waits to see what the arguments before the Allahabad High Court were and what are the grounds on which this bail has been granted. Senior lawyers had represented both Ajay Mishra and the other side, of course, before the Allahabad High Court. So one waits for more information about what exactly has happened and why this bail has been granted. Of course, one also cannot look at it in isolation. You have to also remember that the elections are on. And I think Lakhimpur is going to vote in the 4th phase of the election. So it's very significant to see how this will play out. If this bail order reaches the trial court today, then maybe there is a chance that Mishra will walk out today. But since it is already 2 p.m. in the afternoon, one perhaps there is a possibility that he will walk out tomorrow as of now.